Բարև ձեզ հարգելի բարեկամներ, Սփյուռքի ձայնը հեռուստահանդեսը դարձյալ ձեզ հետ է։ Այսօրվա մեր հաղորդումը ուզում եմ սկսել ձեզ ներկայացնելով ապրիլի 24-ին Նյու Ջերսիի Սրբոց Վարդանանց եկեղեցվո կամարների տակ տեղի ունեցած միջոցառումը նվիրված հայոց ցեղասպանության 102-րդ տարելիցին կազմակերպությամբ Հայ ազգային կոմիտեի ANCA-ի Նյու Ջերսիի մասնաճյուղի։
As in previous years, this year as well, April 24 was marked with a memorial requiem at St. Vartananz Armenian Church in New Jersey. The requiem service commemorated the 102nd anniversary of the Armenian Genocide and 1.5 million martyrs that have perished in the hands of Ottoman Turkey. The event was organized by Armenian National Committee of America of New Jersey. Members of Armenian community were joined by John Evans, previous United States ambassador to Armenia, and his wife. Requiem service was performed by pastor of St. Vartananz Church, Reverend Father Hovnan Bozoyan. After the Requiem service, the young flag bearer scouts, members of the clergy, the honorable guests and public gathered around Genocide Memorial Monument outside next to the church. The martyrs of the genocide were remembered by prayers, traditional laying of the wreath, and song of Kilikia. These followed by a program presented by Armenian National Committee of New Jersey in honor of 102nd anniversary of the Armenian Genocide, with participation of Homentman Scouts AYF, YOARF, New Jersey Arson Chapter. The program started with flag ceremony by Homentman Scouts Color Guard, followed by Nairi Gabrielian performing U.S. National Anthem and Anush Koyumjian performing Armenian National Anthem. Tamar Samuelian read the opening remarks and invited Kim Hakimian, who spoke on behalf of ANC New Jersey and introduced New Jersey 5th Congressional District Democrat Congressman Josh Gottemer. Kim Hakimian listed the cities that included in the 5th Congressional District and called for Armenians residing in those districts to support Congressman Gottemer.
I list this to tell you and remind you that all of us in this room either live in these towns or have family or friends that live in these towns. It is our duty to be active and to have our voice heard by our elected representatives. So remember that this is your congressman. He has offices in Glen Rock and Hackensack, and you as constituents, not only for the Armenian issues which we're here for tonight, but for any issues that you have as a constituent, you can apply to those offices and have your voices be heard.
In his remarks, Congressman Gottemer stressed the importance of recognition of Armenian genocide. He also spoke about the importance of recognizing independence of Artsakh. He said that he's always prepared to help Armenian community and that his door is open to the Armenians residing in his district.
Coming together to commemorate the Armenian Genocide, we not only mourn the lives lost, but I think it's important that we rededicate ourselves to recognizing and speaking out against genocide around the globe and ensuring that our countries stand united in condemning hatred and violence. As an American of Jewish faith and descent, these issues are deeply personal to me. My wife's grandparents escaped the Holocaust, but lost their entire families during that genocide. In particular, I'm reminded by something Pope Francis said during a commemoration of the Armenian Genocide 2 years ago. Quote, "It is necessary and indeed a duty to honor their memory, for whenever memory fades, it means that evil allows wounds to fester. Concealing or denying evil is like allowing a wound to keep bleeding without bandaging it." The United States and Armenia share a strong bond of friendship. It's a very important bond. I am committed to maintaining and strengthening that friendship now and in the years ahead. I support the recognition of Nagorno-Karabakh as an independent republic with the right to self-determination within secure borders. I join with our other members of both parties. This is bipartisan. to support strong funding for humanitarian and development programs like Nagorno-Karabakh, and to suspend U.S. military aid to Azerbaijan until its government ends its threats and agrees to a peaceful resolution of this conflict. Please know that you have an ally in Congress in me, and that my door is always open to you.
Present at the event was also Ambassador Zohrab Natsakanyan, Armenian permanent representatives to the UN.
Because when I sit in the United Nations, whether it is the Security Council or the General Assembly, I ask myself a question. There wasn't anyone from Armenia, from a state of Armenia, to speak about the atrocities of Armenians, because there was no state of Armenia. Today there is a state of Armenia. We are duty-bound as a nation to prevent genocides, to prevent that atrocity. We know how bad it is. We know how haunting it is. And we're duty-bound not to allow that to happen, because genocide has not gone away. Subsequently, the world continued to face genocides in various parts of the world. There are tribunals in the case of Rwanda, in the case of Yugoslavia. There is an international criminal court. All those are very much about punishment. But should humanity come and face the perpetration of atrocity so that it deals with punishment, or it would be rather more effective to deal with prevention? This is where we as a state, as Armenia, we invest our effort, a very serious effort, in developing those institutions, those foundations, those mechanisms, tools, to react at an early stage to situations which may become genocides eventually.
Arev Dingchian spoke on behalf of Armenian Youth Federation.
If you would like to see the future of the nation, look towards its youth. I've only heard the Karakin Nejde quote about 100 times. Of course, it is a beautiful sentiment, and I'm sure it was spoken most eloquently, but for much of my life, it was just that, a quote. It did not hold much meaning for me until I realized it most definitely and certainly is about me. Well, it's about people just like me. The young Armenians who sit and listen as their grandparents share stories of their lives through wrinkled lips and teary eyes. Those who join the end of a line dance, their eyes glued to the floor, studying the moves of those ahead of them, just trying to keep up. Those who act as sous chefs for their mothers, fetching cans of chicken broth and sticks of butter. Those whose weekends are booked with hantesses, jorovs, weddings, and bake sales. Those who endure the fumbled mispronunciations of their names and who patiently defend its odd spelling. Those who stand and sit in unison with the rest of the pews each Sunday. Those who proudly accept to offer to speak on behalf of the youth for April 24th, regardless of nerves. Those who believe wholeheartedly that their every waking moment is proof of a failed attempt at annihilation, and that survival is truly our greatest success. Those who realize very early on that being marked as the youth is quite frankly hard. We are pulled this way and that. We struggle to find that perfect balance between our Armenian and our American lives. The pressure is immense. The future of our nation is on our shoulders. There are times we just want to give up, to pass the load on to someone else, but something keeps us from wavering. Our past. It connects us all, it gives us purpose, it guides us.
Ambassador John Evans, a longtime friend of Armenia and Armenian community, who also recently published a book titled Truth Held Hostage, America and the Armenian Genocide, made remarks.
The denial of the Armenian genocide is, in effect, the worst case of alternative facts in the last 100 years, backed by the official policy of a government. These narratives of alternative facts which are not true must be corrected. Some of you know that there was a statement issued today by the President, and some of you will be disappointed by the content when you look at it. I must say, I didn't expect anything. I didn't know precisely what to expect, frankly. I'm glad it wasn't a tweet. And I'm glad it wasn't a highly insensitive tweet, which might have made things even worse. My advice to everybody is not to worry. The fact that the state of Armenia, the Republic of Armenia, exists and is working in these councils of government around the world and is pursuing its interests is a very new and important factor. The cause of justice will be served, if it is served, to the extent it is served, through political means and diplomatic means.
Entertainment was provided by performances of national popular songs by Hamazgain New Jersey Aregag Chorus under the direction of Vagasha Kohanyan.
Congressman Gottheimer, it is a pleasure to have you with us today during our commemoration of April 24th here at St. Vartananz Church in Richfield, New Jersey. What does it mean to you today to be here? Why do you think we need to be here on a day like today?
I think it's so important that we never forget. As we talked about tonight, we have to remember the importance of recognizing this genocide, but also we have to make sure we do everything possible to prevent future genocides. And I think ceremonies like these are so important to remember what happened and also to never forget so that it never happens again.
Thank you again for being here. I want to remind the listeners that Congressman Gottheimer represents the 5th Congressional District in New Jersey with one of the largest concentrations of Armenians on the East Coast of the United States. We thank you very much, and we look forward to seeing you again at other community events.
Thank you, and I was, of course, so proud to join the Armenian caucus and to make sure that I stand by all these issues. So please, if anybody needs anything, please call.
We thank you for your support and look forward to more of it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
The event came to its conclusion, but the work of getting U.S. to recognize Armenian genocide continues, and the Armenian National Committee of America is on the vanguard of that historically important mission.
Եթե մեզ կանչում էր հարազատ օրանը, միշտ հավատարիմ